actually don't need my mouse either. I think we should be live. Okay, guys, looks like we're live and we've got a delay. So, of course, it'll take a second for this to queue up in the chat room. But thank you for joining this impromptu show tonight. First of all, I need to know audio-wise if it sounds like the mic is picking up sound well. So if you guys can give me a thumbs up. Hey, high speed, low drag. Let's start out with shout outs. Marilyn and Shelly, Chris B, Stephanie, who also is in my ear. Bleeding Kansas, really enjoyed talking with you before the show. Let's see, I think that may be, who else is here? Anyone else is here that, you know, I can't see you unless you type in, but here we go. First of all, some good news that I know is going to make a lot of people really happy is that I contacted my cable company and doubled, well, I got the absolute top speed that you can get through my business class provider, internet speed. So you should be getting a really good, clear picture with not a lot of dragging or anything like that. So I am hoping very much that that improves things even better. Now, tonight's show. First of all, shout out to Cindy FemForce. They're over at the Sally House. They're going to be starting their live show at 10. So I kind of wanted to do a show. Hi, Karen. Thanks for joining the room. All the way from the UK, Karen Rickett. Yay! Anyway, FemForce Live Sci-Fi or Live Sci-Fi, Live Paranormal is at the Sally House. So we're definitely going to be going over there to see what happens in the Sally House. But in the meantime, I thought we would do a little show tonight. We've got a couple of cool things. Number one, I'm going to show you guys, we're going to do a first part with Bleeding Kansas's haunted doll. We're going to use the Ghostbox apps. We're going to see what we get. He already has information on this spirit, so he knows the keywords to look for. I'm gonna show that. Then we're gonna talk a little bit, and this is gonna be really interactive tonight, guys, because I actually, the way that I have this set up is I've got you guys on my cam on my Mac, and then over here I've got my other computer, so I can type in chat, so I can interact with you guys better, especially when I'm here all by myself. I do have Stephanie Hughes in my ear. I don't know if Kelly is in the room tonight or was able to pop in, but it's just kind of us tonight. And so we're also going to be talking about, and we have Jewls Weller, who is a member of Southern Angels Paranormal, and you guys may know her from seeing her in Southern Angels Paranormal on Facebook. We're going to be calling her because we're going to be talking about the Vikings Sun Stone. And is that a total legend? And how did they create it? So we've got kind of some cool things. We also have, and I don't see the member here, that requested a ghost box session with JFK. Who shot JFK? We're going to do some ghost box with that. So I think we're going to go ahead and launch right into the first part of the show, which will be to show you this one haunted doll. I got another one over here too. I was going to show more than one, but I think I'm just going to show you Bleeding Kansas's doll, and then I'm going to have my daughter come in here because she reads auras, and she's going to do a live auric reading with the doll. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to get her first. So I'm going to yell first, so you guys plug your ears. Amberlynn! Yelling for her. Now watch. Dogs are going to start barking, and then somebody's going to be like, the dogs might bark. By the way, guys, we really, really, really appreciate you suffering through last Friday night's internet issues. Really appreciate you tuning in. Amber, I'm ready for you. Amberlynn! Now watch, she's going to get all shy. Okay, I'm going to have to wait for her to come back. Come on, put the dog out the door, otherwise that's all the people will hear, whichever one's barking at her. Okay? First of all, this is the haunted doll that we are going to be doing the ghost box with. This is Bleeding Kansas's doll. All right, spirited doll. Okay, her name is Scarlet. So you guys are going to want to listen for those things through the ghost box. Now, I will go ahead and tell you a little bit more about the history of this actual spirited item, because you're going to want to listen to keywords that may come through the ghost box. She lived in the 1800s. From what she showed me, she was in a saloon setting. I could hear the piano music. I could see everything. I could smell things. That's the best way I can explain as to how I empath. When I touch it, I can feel it, and I can see flashes. Now, what follows, for those of you who don't know, it's a bit of an obsession of mine, as well as, hey, Ken, I'm so glad you're here. I need your love, light, and protection around me. We're going to be using the crystal dowsing rod. So, Ken Kegley, welcome to the show. Chris V, yeah, she is really beautiful. And you know, here's the thing I'm going to tell you, and this is some of what I was telling Bleeding Kansas, is the difference between, Amber, give me those two little dolls on the shelf. The little tiny, yeah, that one and that one. Don't drop the hat. I'm going to show you the difference. Well, not the difference, but I'm going to tell you what you're looking for. All right. These are from Debbie D stuff, and they're going to be over here. And Amberlynn's going to do a little live auras as how she sees things. Okay. So again, 1800s. Now, how this spirit showed me they passed was basically, and I'll kind of show you up close. What you see is there's like a lifelike appearance to them when they look back at you, as opposed to just a blank canvas like my hand. My hand just looks like my hand. A spirited doll almost looks like it's looking back at you, okay? Like it has a soul, okay? So, what is that, Amberlynn? A stone? Okay, thank you. Okay, Amberlynn, I need you to come up over here because you have to be on camera to do your little part. Right here. Come on. For you guys who've not watched previous videos of mine, my daughter also is spiritually gifted, and she has the ability, there she is over there, has the ability to see auras around things. So we were going to show live what she sees with this doll. So, Amberlynn, I'm going to turn this to where they can see you, okay? And I want you to hold Scarlett in front of you like you do. And she actually, I want you to kind of go ahead and take your deep breath, clear everything out, and then tell everyone who's watching you what aura you see. Now you've looked at her, and I'm going to bring her back to show her. Okay, now you're looking at her on the screen. What aura do you see around her?
I see
a light purple. And what does light purple mean to you?
To me, it means calmness, but it would be mad.
Mad. So
mad but calm.
Mad but calm.
And fiery.
A fiery red attitude. Okay, that's really good. Now, I'm going to put her over here, and then just to show you guys, these are some really small spirited dolls that I have, and I'm going to let Amberlynn read the aura on 2 more dolls, and then we'll let her go and we'll start the ghost box. Okay, Amberlynn, what aura do you see on her?
Autumn-like red.
An autumn-like red. So kind of like the color of the leaves in the autumn. And what feeling do you get from her? Because the lady that sent these to me, she knows everything about them. And I think it would be very cool to see what you're seeing and feeling about this little tiny spirited doll. So what does that aura of autumn color say to you?
Windy, laid back.
Laid back? Happy?
Yes.
Do you feel like this one is a young spirit?
Yes.
Yes?
Maybe like almost a teenager turning into a mature
teenager?
Yes, mature, laid back.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay. Now, there's this one. I'm going to give her to you. And tell me what aura do you're focusing, and what aura do you see with this one?
A very light pink.
A very light pink. So what does that tell you about this one? What senses do you get?
It is pure and calm and motherly.
Motherly. Pure, calm, and motherly. When Debbie DeLuca sees this, she's going to be like, oh, look, it's little Peanut. Okay. I just wanted to show you guys. And so I appreciate you coming and doing that, Amber. And yes, you can go now. Back to your friend. Thank you for joining the show for a little bit. You know, Bleeding Kansas picked a really good spirited doll. Didn't, I mean, does everybody not agree, Stephanie? Like, is that not like she's very intense. Yeah, and you know what Amberlynn said is that she had a fiery personality, which totally is what I got about her. About 23 when she passed, and unfortunately, during the midst of like a saloon brawl, two guys in the Wild West pulled guns, boom, she got the crossfire, and that was it. She was shot. So those are going to be some of the things you're going to want to listen for on Ghost Box. All right. She was also engaged to be married, but she was not married. And I think that the reason she was drawn to Bleeding Kansas has something to do with that connection as to her wanting to be there. I never send anything from my own personal collection to somebody if that spirit is not ready to go and does not have something else to complete with somebody else. So we're going to put Scarlet over here by my angel trigger box, and then I'm going to lay her down. Can you guys see the angel trigger box? I'll kind of turn that on for you. You guys have seen this on Steve Huff's channel. And, okay. There we go. It kind of, it glows from there, okay? This has a whole lot of things on it to help draw spirit over here. I've added the K2 meter, and that sits right up there. And so, yeah, the angel trigger box is, we're being run through the ghost box. And you know what? How about we get a vote? Two things that, well, no, three. Okay, we've got the apps tonight. Also have physical ghost boxes. I just got this in the mail today. This is the new PSB7. This has AM, FM, and I have an external speaker hooked up to this. So I thought we would do some ghost box with the new PSB7, and then I thought we would also then do our apps. In Kansas wants physical ghost box. Yes? Yes. If you guys are getting any sort of a lag or what have you, just hit the refresh button on your browser and it will high speed, low drag. No, they are not actually. I have several male spirits, not only as far as their vessel goes, but I do have several male spirits as well. They are not all. I have male spirits in a male, one is in a doll that's about 55 years old, the vessel is, and it's a Baranguire, and it is a male spirit, and it's a baby. Yeah, I'll have to get Amberlynn to go bring it, and I'll show you if you want to see it. But it's really cool. Hey, shout out to Ghost Gazette. Thanks, Gazette, Ghost Gazette. Hello, blessings. Welcome to the show. Let's go ahead and do some ghost box, and then we'll bring up the apps as well. Let's go ahead and do this first, you guys, before we open up any communication. We always want to center our energy. We want to ask that Archangel Michael envelop and protect us, surround us with white light. We only allow good, calm, loving spirits to come through. No negative is allowed. So we're opening up the lines of communication, but only in a positive way. All right. So let's go ahead and turn on the PSB7. And again, this is the new model that they have come out with. Sometimes it is hard to hear live, but you'll be able to go through with the audio after the fact, and let me see if we're on AM or FM. We are on FM, and I'm going to go ahead and start sweeping. Hey guys, it's Kat. The spirit that is attached to this vessel. Can you tell me your name? Sessions, and because this is a live show that will archive, we will have this to be able to go over the audio. With a ghost box, physical ghost box, you almost always have to go back and re-listen. I heard that. What was the name of this saloon that you died in? Was there a name? What was your fiance's name? What was his name? Why do you want to stay here on this first plane? Spanish, and the slug was one of them Mexicans. Like in the 1800s, you had a lot of them coming through the towns. Is that why you're talking to us in Spanish? Can you say something in Spanish again? And again, we're using the new PSP 7. What must say on that? Okay, now we're going to take, and I'm going to turn off the PSP 7, okay? And we're going to move, and I'm going to plug in to the Radio Shack hack, okay? Just because what we're trying to do, and we will go to the apps, but you know, for a lot of us, we really love our physical ghost boxes, and they bring a level of communication that is very spot on. Okay, so let's go with, and for you guys who love ghost boxes, you guys probably recognize what this is. I've had this one in my collection for a really long time. Again, what is your name? Can you tell us your name?
It's my people.
Start reverse here. How old were you when you passed?
What's it?
Guys, I'm going to go to AM, reverse sleep. You bring any information from AM? Did somebody that was there that might owe money? I'm hearing some clear-cut stuff, guys. What was the name of the place that you accidentally got caught in the crossfire? I'm hearing Spanish again. Guns. I just heard guns. Did you guys just hear guns? Did you? Oh, I just heard. I'm hearing also. Did you experience a quick death? Oh. No, I think she could have been Spanish. Was this a saloon? Oh, hold on. Okay. Forward scan. Were you engaged? Were you a saloon keeper in Mexico, possibly? Yes. Guns. Can you guys say guns through the ghost box?
What?
Tequila. Did y'all hear tequila? I just heard tequila. Can you say guns in Spanish through the ghost box? I just heard gun. I just heard gun, but not in Spanish. What was your name? I love this backpack. Okay, yeah, tequila. That was like spot on. Okay, reverse. That was great because this was in a saloon during drinking time. And we heard 3. Can you give me the same number in Spanish again? I don't know what they just said, but they said it in Spanish. They're delivering in Spanish. We're asking for Spanish, and they're doing it. Can you say that in English? You don't want to cross into the lake, you told me. Why not? Reverse. Okay. More Spanish. Okay, guys. Now, all right, I'm going to turn off this ghost box, and we're going to go to the apps. Now, if you guys want me to use Andy's box Model E or Model A, I can do that later. But we're gonna go ahead and use the apps and see if we get, again, we're going to have a listen. I heard very distinct things that matched how this spirit passed through 2 physical ghost boxes. And to me, that's pretty mind-blowing. And now we're going to see if the apps can deliver the same level of communication, which they always seem to do. Debbie Lucas, you missed your little Muy piquitos. I'm like all in Spanish mode now. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay. We're gonna fire up the trigger box over here. And let's turn on GBRIFT. Hey guys. Hello. I heard my name too. Can you tell me the name of this spirit? What is her name?
A child. Robert.
What was? How did you die? By what method? A gun. I just want to say a gun. And I heard a Mexican. What was the name of the place? What we're calling it? What is that called? Dead.
Nothing without annoying.
How many people were involved in this?
For the sake of an...
What is the name of the thing that they were using? What is that called? Can you say something to us in Spanish? It's dark in the night. Are you afraid to go into the light, or do you just want to stay in the dark? What is the name of the person that is adopting this? What is his name?
Eat my coat.
You distressed.
I did just do something to your
Eat
dress.
on me. Oh, gosh.
What color is this dress? What is this? Red.
Oh, that's nice.
I said red. Yeah, it is. Can you tell me my name? What is my name?
Everyone.
What is the name of the person that is in my ear on the phone? Steffi? Night lover. Holy crap, that dog creeps me out. Do not be creeped out by dogs. You're friendly. I know. People are like, they're going to eat your soul. Are you ready to go to Derek?
Glass age. Revolting.
Okay, guys. Can you tell me her name? Blood. Is there anything particular? Do you have a message for Derek before you go?
Jewls Weller.
There be gone for.
Is there anything important as to why you picked Derek?
Blue.
All right. Now hold on, guys. Wait. I'm gonna turn the app off for a second because we're gonna switch buses. Okay. Not Fart Warrior. Hey, Rory. I'm more concerned about what looks like the face on the edge of the bed. Watch for what you see, because lots of times you'll see things in my mirror and things that will pop me. I'll give you guys an idea for newcomers to the show. This is this is not using my webcam. This is not using my using my Mac cam actually. Okay. Debbie, this is a little spirit doll. And let's see what this one has to say. I heard it right.
Destroyed.
What is the name of this? How old were you when you passed? A doll.
The next. Departure.
What?
Broken.
Yes.
The version.
Okay, guys. Doll work. If it's haunting trouble in the room. Hold on, guys. I'm going to answer that question. Okay. Not any doll, like just any doll, but haunted, spirited ones. But if you have a doll around that was a family member's or something like that, you can try that. And there are ways to find out information. Yes, Debbie Lucas, I do pick something. I do pick things up from this one quite a lot. This one is always usually right there on my little shelf in front of my bed. And she always feels very protective energy. And then the one that she sits with is this one. And these came, Debbie is in the room. She sent these to me, and they're very, very, very special. Yeah, I did hear a little girl laugh. Yes, I heard that too. You know, this, for some, I like working. I would agree with you. Stephanie said she's getting a lot of energy off of the doll in the pink. Oh, here, we can do one more haunted doll. Now, for those of you who are afraid of dolls, you might want to. Okay, I will tell you an interesting thing about this particular doll. Okay, first of all, here's the thing about this doll. This doll is like 35 years old, I think. Now, watch what happens when you move this doll's arms, and I'll tell you why this is important. Watch the face. Okay, you see how that changes? Ooh, I'm looking really worried right there. Okay, close his eyes, cross his eyes. Okay, the reason this one is very cool is because when watching with the remote cameras, this doll will do these things without you turning the arm. Okay? I know, right? that would do it, wouldn't it? Okay. Now I'm gonna get the doll to that really freaked out, worried look. With this look right here, how's that? Okay, now when you leave the room and this doll looks like this, and you come back in the room with this doll, and you get this look, then.
Can you let me know when you're showing over?
Yeah. Okay, now, when I watch this on remote camera, this spirited doll will change and do this all on its own. And I'm not shitting you. Okay, do I have y'all sufficiently freaked out here? Okay. Shivering. I know, Night Lover. I had to. Okay, now, again, this one, let's see what this one says. Nope. I hear a child voice. Can you tell me your name?
One nosy.
I hear you. Do you move your facial features all by yourself? Yeah? How old are you? How did you pass? In what manner did you pass?
I was a
Last official, can you guys add that?
Go.
Day first.
Looking at you.
Damage.
Mama, she's looking at you.
Yeah.
Mama,
Yeah.
she's
No.
looking at you.
It's
I
too
know.
Can I borrow your phone for a second? Me and Nicole are trying something.
No, I got Stephanie on the phone.
Aw, can you tell Nicholas borrow it? I'm
What?
trying to do something.
Are you a spirit? Are you a spirited doll? Michelle Letchford, welcome. And I don't know what the name of this actual maker of this doll is. I bought this doll from an estate sale, and it was totally creeping out the temple that had it. And I knew it was really vintage and really old. And it does the freakiest things. The freakiest things. On top of the fact that you leave the room and then it goes this way and then you can see it blinking its eyes. Now, you guys want to know, I'll show you the move on to our next thing. Hold on. Okay, when I'm in my room, for the haunted doll room, I have remote baby monitors that has night vision. Will somebody put that in? I can look on this screen and I can hear noise. Hold on. In the haunted doll room, and I can see pictures. So I can see things moving in there, which is really freaky. Okay. Now my remote camera right now is not on, but this is part of what I use to watch them when they don't know I'm watching them. Okay, guys. So I know I've thoroughly creeped out all the doll people who are freaked out. So we'll go on to our next topic. All right, guys. All right. Have any of you guys the next thing that we're going to talk about, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do speakerphone on this. Actually, is that going to feedback? Okay. Okay. Stephanie, say something.
I'm here. I just want to let you know that doll is a 1972 Frosty Mattel doll. Frosty Expression Mattel doll.
Okay, guys. I've got Stephanie on the phone. All right. And I'm going to drop the mic a little. And we have Jewls coming on in a little bit to talk about the Vikings Sun Stone. But I've got Stephanie here on the phone. And can you guys hear her okay? Yes, it is pretty cool. Okay, you guys hear Stephanie. Okay. She's on testing.
I think we're just finally here.
Yeah. Hold on, because I'm going to plug in. I'm going to do Ghost Box SB7 on
Wait, we're all robotic here for a second. Hold on, let's check this out here.
All right.
Guys, refresh if you can't hear us correctly.
Interference. Echoing. Okay, maybe that speakerphone is not going. The speakerphone may not.
Yeah, may not be kosher.
Okay. Let's see. Did that take away the echo sound if I took her further away?
Actually, it's your voice too. Hold on. Just keep hitting refresh until it.
You guys hit refresh. What I
There we go. It's starting to go away.
hold on.
Okay, that's better. And we're getting
Is that better?
now.
That's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, refresh until it goes away.
Okay. Now, have any of you guys wondered what we're communicating with through Ghostbox, through apps, through our PSB7s? Kind of one of the things that I wanted to bring up was to ask the Ghostbox and the Ghostbox apps what we are communicating with. Okay, Frank Sumption, the creator of Frank's Box, felt like we're communicating with interdimensional technology. A lot of people think that we're talking to spirits. Some people think that, again, interdimensional, dimensional. What are you guys' thoughts? Kind of tell me a little bit in the chat room what you think. And let's turn on a ghost box and see if they can tell us what they are. Hold on a second. That's going to take me off speaker. Just go in the ghost box.
Correct.
Okay, for those of you who are communicating with us, can you tell us what are you? Are you? I know y'all can't see that very well. I'm gonna go forward, sweet. Who's here with us? What's your name? I think Christy's alive. Are you guys aliens? Are you spirits of loved ones that have passed? Okay. Wait, hold on. I cannot hear. Just a second. All right. I'm gonna review that audio after the show because, as all of our Ghostbox people know, we have to really record and listen back. So let me turn on the SCD1 and see what they have to say about it. Let's see what they have to say. I agree with you guys. I think that it could be that we're communicating with a lot of different things.
Channels 10 through 20 now initiated. Channel 30 through.
I know. Okay, we're gonna go with. Okay. All right. Let me adjust the volume on my tablet. Hey guys.
If you look premonition.
If you what you are, what are you? Are you spirits or aliens? What are you?
Angel.
Angel. Did y'all hear that?
Suspect.
Succubus? I just heard succubus.
Where is?
What else are you?
Do the trick. Who called? I'm home.
Are you spirits of our loved ones?
Dark.
Stephanie wants to know, are you the continuation of humankind after death? I swear it just said, hey, fart. Okay, Fart Warrior just said angel, and I swear that just said, hey, fart. I think it just addressed Fart Warrior. I swear it did. That was pretty funny. Are you beings coming through a dimension that you can see us, but we can't see? Try to explain it. Are there controls? Stephanie wants to know. Good question. On your side, do you see something you can manipulate like we can manipulate ours?
We should.
Okay. Some people have technicians, and a lot of people, including Tom. Can you guys, are Eva or Tom here? Yes. Are you technicians for the other side? That wasn't nice. Are you afraid for the spirits that are coming through? Are you scared where you're at?
That's a girl.
Can you see light when you look up?
Annoying.
Raisin Bran. Yeah. Are there people on your side that come and help us communicate here? Do you guys have jobs over there that angel stations?
Hello.
Like,
Being locked up.
you're locked up? Does that mean you're trapped? Yes. Ghost Gazette. I think that is a very good idea. Throughout, and if anybody senses coming in that's negative, I think that it's always a good idea if somebody gets the feeling that we need to call on Archangel Michael to wrap the room, everyone in it, and us in light, in a big blanket of light. We ask for protection, that only good, kind, loving spirits come through. We do not allow negative or evil entities to come through when we're communicating. So please keep everybody safe and follow those rules and protect all of us. Okay? Thank you, Ghost Gazette. All right, high speed, low drag. I'll do that. Let's go with we're gonna go with GB1 Bank B. High speed low drag wants to ask for Cowboy. Good. Okay, high speed low drag, who is Cowboy?
Yes, meat.
Work and no play.
All work and no play? You know what they say, guys?
Just
Makes Jack a dull boy. I couldn't resist that. High speed low drag wants to know
Try to just.
who's Cowboy.
You don't look.
You bet you guys, because I think it's really important when you guys sense that we do that clearing to say so, and I will stop and do that. So we all are having safe communication. Who's with us tonight?
possible.
You don't know.
I heard a bad word. Okay. Bleeding Kansas. If you want to clear a room, you take your sage bundle, and there's only one of me here, so I can't jump up and get it and show you. You light it, and then you walk around the room, usually with a feather, and you get the smoke in every corner of the room. And before I ever get started in the evenings, I generally will light sage and clear the room. Now, I cleared the room before I talked to Bleeding Kansas, before I started showing him spirited dolls. And that generally will keep the room clear. I hope that answered that question. Okay, let's see here. Why don't, since we're here, we've kind of asked a little bit about what comes through. We had somebody who had asked us about the JFK shooting, okay? Then we're going to go into the Viking Sun Stones. But let's go ahead and ask about JFK. Anybody curious who really shot JFK? See if we can find out.
I'm goddamn murder.
Goddamn murderer? I heard that. Did you guys hear that?
People tell you this.
Ken Kedley, spraying sea salt water around the room.
That's an ass, Robbie.
What was the name of the president we're referring to?
Dark Forest has.
Dark
You
Force?
come with whatever you want.
Who was the shooter that shot JFK, John F. Kennedy, the president? Can you tell me who it was?
You did it, sir?
Who did it? That's the burning question.
For your pal.
Was it Lee Harvey Oswald?
Bob.
Yes. Was there a conspiracy involved in the JFK shooting? Yeah, I heard that from Dark Force.
Touch and Eastern prejudice.
Prejudice. Did you hear that? He's prejudiced.
I'm kidding.
No, I'm
Eastern prejudice.
It said it again. It's prejudice. Was it because John F. Kennedy was very much for the rights of blacks in our country at that time?
That's
Was that part of why somebody assassinated him? Yes.
I believe.
Okay.
Welcome.
Stephanie wants to know, was JFK's bodyguard involved in any way?
What?
Here is the city.
Did the president, the vice president, know anything about this?
explore.
Was Lee Harvey Oswald just a fall guy? Scapegoat?
Really? Is that good news? Is you're
What's the good news?
close.
And then join me, but then you will.
How many shooters were there? How many people were involved?
Shoppers.
Why not?
Does somebody have
Some
a
discovery.
picture? Are they going to discover who that was?
All of us, it's
Music.
Anti-trouble. You know what? Bleeding Kansas, I think it said extorted. Like extortion. And I just heard the feds.
And the home.
That's another good question.
how did only if they came.
Can you give us a name?
She reasoned and mocking me.
Was the mafia involved in this?
Acceptability. Bitch.
That's not nice to call me a bitch.
Yeah.
When I get
Of something.
degrees.
What kind of gun was used?
Wrong.
Number.
Today.
Okay, another question that has always come that Stephanie said about JFK. Was Marilyn Monroe killed because of JFK?
But this side is like
Especially sick.
Was her death related to JFK's?
What the hell happened?
What the hell happened?
You too?
Is there somebody in office now that actually knows more than what they're saying about that shooting?
Tickling.
Yeah, Bart Warrior, there is a lot of swearing tonight. I think there's a pissed off spirit here.
That's that summit.
Did this have to do with Cuba?
Property.
Property?
Son.
Okay.
Kids started.
Is there
My mother, you.
is there any way I'll just go ahead and throw this out here? JFK, can you come through?
Right now,
I swear I just heard an accent. I just heard his voice. You guys,
I'm dead.
I'm dead. Okay.
We just.
JFK, if you're here, can you speak in that accent from where you were from? Because I heard it.
this way.
Then.
What's your name?
I said, for me, goes in
Whoa. What was your wife's name?
Yours on beat.
What color was the dress she was wearing?
I can know it.
I'm stupid. What was the other one?
Only because
Only the ghost? What was the color of her hat?
What?
Next. Well,
Do you have a message that you would like to say to us?
vital.
I think the ghosts are arguing.
it gets too com-
Was there
Click on here to
Silly question.
Boyfriend.
did you
You have no reason.
are well here's a question, Stephanie.
religion faith.
Since Jackie, Marilyn, and JFK are all gone, can either the other two come
Is this
through?
how it?
Your number one.
But she.
Jackie, can you come through? Marilyn, can you come through in your voice?
People said.
Natural.
Fish. Kind of like my thing.
Okay, hold on, guys. I'm going to switch to Rift. Well, actually, hold on. I'm going to switch. I'm going to go ahead and try to bring up the Shoutcast stations on SCD1. Okay. Oh, wait. Turn off. I want that shut off. Okay, hold on, guys.
You know, you should have.
That shouldn't, I've got the app off. That should be off. Now we've got SCD1. Let's see what kind of communication we get with the JFK here.
Stations. Channels 10 through 20 now initiated. Channels 30 through 40 now initiated. Channels 50 through 60 now initiated. Channels 70 through 80 now initiated. Now initiating shoutcast radio channels.
Again, corroborating evidence from all different ghost boxes is kind of where we're going. And then we're going to contact Jewls, and we're going to talk about the Vikings Sun Stone. For some reason, that's not very loud. Can you guys tell us what spirits are here with us tonight? My name's Kat. What's your name? What? No. Let me go to
What about
I've got SD running on clear. What is the name of the person we're trying to communicate with tonight? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what this is? What is this? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add reverb. Through SCD1, we were asking earlier, are you guys interdimensional beings or angels? How many? Okay, let me slow this down a little. How many spirits are here in this room with us tonight? I heard 30. Are you good spirits? We only allow good spirits. Can you tell me the name of Bleeding Kansas? Can you tell me his house name? Are you guys able to see us very clearly all the time? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna mute this for a second. Stephanie, I'm gonna hang up and call Jewls and talk about the Vikings, and I'm gonna be watching the chat room, and then I will. Well, actually, I might be able to add the call and have two people on speaker. Hold on, guys. We're gonna call Jewls Weller because we are. Hold on just a second. Okay, guys, we're calling in. I know. Hey, Jewls. Hello, Jewls.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I've got you and Stephanie on the phone. Stephanie.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. Hi, I'm Julie. Hi, I'm Stephanie. Okay, nice to meet you.
Okay, guys, we're gonna talk. And we will turn on SCD1 to see if they can tell us about the Vikings Sun Stone. But Jewls, Jewls and I get into some pretty interesting conversations lots of times. So we thought it would be really fun to kind of talk about this. Jewls, can you tell the people that are in the chat room right now, and I'm going to continue to work the chat, about the Vikings Sunstone, what that was?
Sure, I'd love to.
Okay.
Hey, well, the Viking stone, if you think back to the Vikings, how did, first of all, you think the Vikings are just being barbaric beasts, but they were really very good at nautical, getting directions on where to go on the seas and sailing their big old ships. And, how would you do that without a compass? Well, there was a King Olaf who had the first sunstone.
He had the first one?
Yes. And he was, I don't even know really exactly where he got that from, but he was the first one noted to ever have, and the only one to have a sunstone. And what it is, it's a very nice chunk of crystal that you can see through almost. It's almost optically clear, and it was quite big. And he would carry this on him on his voyages, and he would have it marked because of the way this crystal is. They pointed it toward in the sky and tried to find where the sun was. This thing would have two lines that would line up on it and point. There'd be a little arrow etched into the width of the crystal chunk that he would have.
Right.
Hold it to the sky and look for the two parallel lines, which would point the way of the sun.
And would that then guide them? Did I read properly that even in the dark,
even if there wasn't any sunshine to be found, this prism in the crystal would hit a certain way that would make a two duplicated line that would be exactly alike. And when those were exactly alike, like the same light, not one faded and one not.
Right.
If they were exactly the same, then you would point on, and then that would let them know which direction the sun was. And with that, then they would use a thing called a twilight board, which was another very, scientists didn't believe this theory, but they proved it to be the, best way of how they could find their way around the sea. Because there was no other, this was invented or used, at least, oh my God, let's see. Well, it was way before any kind of compass. The 11th century, this was used.
So did they actually, if I think Stephanie said she read somewhere too that they did eventually actually find one with one of the sunken
They
ships.
found one within a wreck off the coast of England, and they basically put it through some scientific tests to find out it's the same way that whales and squid and things navigate in deep, dark seawater, using the way the light bends in order to see where the line of the sun is. Yes, exactly. They did find one on a ship. I heard that, and it wasn't quite as clear as this one that King Olaf had.
Because apparently they're supposed to be very, they need to be optically clear. Like, Jewls, if you can, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to hold up, these are my crystal dowsing rods, okay? To give you guys an example, okay? These are actually pretty clear, but these sunstones were said to be very clear. And while we're talking about this, Jewls, I'm gonna see if these crystals maybe can react to this topic. If were these sunstones given to the Vikings by maybe like beings from a different alien, where did they learn the crystals? Did they have some?
That's a really good question that I really don't have the answer to, because that was one of the questions: is who told Saint Olaf, or how did he get that idea?
Right.
To use that, who presented that and knew that? And I kind of think that maybe it's from a goddess of some type or a god.
All right. Well, let's ask the dowsing rods this. If any of my spirit guides can tell me, okay, let me bring these to center. Did King Olaf get this technology from a goddess? If they did, swing the rod open to the right.
I've got one. Is the story of these stones in the sagas?
Is the story, is that accurate? What we've heard?
No. Is it in the sagas?
Is it what?
Is it in the Viking sagas?
Okay, if that is, make an X. That made an absolute immediate X. Okay. The
sagas are sung stories handed down generation to generation by Norse family members. Yeah.
Okay. Did the crystals if we made one of these now, could these sunstones work if they could open these rods? Did y'all just see? Okay, y'all can't see this. Okay, the rods just opened up like major. Can the spirits here and the guides talking to us about the Viking Sunstone Cross back? Can you take the one in my left hand and move it? Make an X. You can move slowly. All right, Jewls.
Yeah.
Tell us about the. Did all Viking ships have these sunstones?
No, they didn't. From what they understood, as the Vikings go, only this King Olaf had one, and it was just kind of a story amongst people that King Olaf had that, and then so they have tried to find the actual one, but they've never found it.
Okay, can you open those rods up again wide? There's something here wanting to communicate. Is King Olaf here? If he's here, can you make an X? We got an X.
Getting a lot of feedback.
Okay, hold on, guys. maybe let's go ahead and okay, I'm going to put my dowsing rods down, and let's ask a quick question to the ghost box about these stones, these very optically clear crystals, which again, crystal technology. Joe Ray makes these dowsing rods, and their ability to tune in to me, in particular, because these are mine. Crystals have been used in every civilization, all the way Egyptian, Mayan, every culture that I can think of has used crystals. So, what was the most interesting thing about these sunstones, and when did they find this, Jewls? Was this, how recent?
The 11th century, I guess. Yeah. You know, it was the first thing that,
but
yeah.
So this has been handed down, this information about this stone that really they didn't even know whether it really existed or not.
Right, and then they found one, as Stephanie was saying, on a Spanish ship. Yeah, it was a shipwreck off the coast of England in a Spanish shipwreck. That's what I was asking about the sagas, because the legend has been over the years through the English history from the Saxon from the Saxon invasions and all that, all the way down through the years through their version of the sagas that were handed to them from Viking invaders. Right. And that's eventually where they started looking for this thing over the centuries, was from these sagas being heard, these word of mouth stories that were handed down. Right. Right. So I can't believe that. I would think that maybe even pirates, people that lived on the sea way back then, I would think that they would have all known about it.
I wonder if pirates had them. I'm going to ask the crystal dowsing rod, since we're talking about crystals. That's
a great question.
Did pirates have them too? Yes, they did.
Yes.
X marks the spot.
Well, see, I think maybe that is just...
Butterfly kisses, welcome to the room. Jewls, do you have a question that would apply yes, no, or open to the dowsing rods about these stones, or about any of it?
Yeah, I do. I have a question about this sunstone.
Okay.
Okay, my question on the sunstone is, does a sunstone have healing powers?
Healing power. Okay, you know what? Let's ask that. Let's go ahead and turn on the ghost box and ask a couple of questions based on what we've already heard.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds...
All right.
Yeah, I do. I have a question about this sunstone.
All right.
Okay, my question on the sunstone is, does the sunstone have healing powers?
Just 1 second, guys. I've got to turn it on. Hey, Butterfly. Thanks for stopping in. The Chinese high-speed low drag says that the Chinese also had sunstones. High-speed low drag, do you know what they used it for? Was it in their travels as well? Okay, let's see here. You wanted to know if it had healing power, right? Jewls wanted to know, did the sunstones have healing powers? How did they work?
Stay on the road.
I'm getting
What were the sunstones made out of? Light?
disgusting.
That said they're like laser beams. Did anybody read anything about them regarding laser beams, Jewls?
I'm sorry, what?
Did they work like laser beams? Ghost Gazette was saying that
No, not necessarily. It was just that they were marked in such a way that they were marked when there was sunshine available because of their clarity. When they returned, they were able to give a shadow of the sun mark. It was as if they took a guess and said, okay, let's turn it this way and see what it does.
Has there been, like, what is the general consensus as to who figured out how these actually worked? Who cut the crystals?
The scientific kind of theory is basically somebody was sitting on a boat for a very, very long time with a very clear princess crystal in their hand. They were just kind of turning it over in their hand and possibly figured this out by pure luck and chance.
Is there,
like,
Jewls, during that show, did they at all say anything about any other kind of divine intervention as to how these were made, or was it purely scientific?
No, it was just the clarity and the type of the crystal. It was just basically on that. And yeah, it just happened to be a really clear piece of crystal that had just the right cut and the right shape to it for it to catch these individual light rays. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fart Warrior said they polarized light, kind of like sunglasses that block out the sun's glare.
Yes.
And
yes.
that Ghost Gazette said that the Atlanteans used them as that. Now, I find that very interesting because I have a very strong connection with the Atlantis sort of energy. Why does everybody think, and this can be you guys on the phone or the guys in the chat, why only this one King Olaf was permitted to have this? Why wouldn't every ship have it? What do you guys think?
I believe that every ship did have them. I really do.
So you think that they were like our modern day compass, or our modern day's GPS, but
Right.
before the magnetized compass, this was their. Why is it so hard to find? Then I wonder.
I think they were jealously guarded. I think that they were because they were such a powerful piece of the earth. Yeah, they're a powerful piece of equipment, and seeing as knowledge is power, whoever possessed that could get further in a boat than others people did. So, that is power in and of itself.
I get
right?
well. Ghost Gazette said that Marcel Vogel taught how to use them as a powerful laser for healing. Now you actually asked that question, didn't you, Jewls?
Right. I know that there's benefits to that.
Let's do the crystal dowsing rods, and let me ask that. If these were used for healing, can my guides and angels cross and make an X? That was an immediate X. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
and said maybe the keep others from getting it so he would have the navigational advantage over others. That would absolutely make sense too. What was the did it say anywhere, or does anybody know? Wow. Here, okay, guys, in the room, I'm just gonna pause to show y'all something. My little girl drew this. She had to show the chat room. Sorry, guys. And then her best friend, Erica, drew this. Okay, so we had some cool artwork. Very cool, guys. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I think that there's so much interest with the Vikings for me because, you know, they had kind of, my ancestors were Nordic, and of course, you know, they followed the teachings of more magical things as opposed to current day. And they use things to heal. They use things that I think we're just finding our way back. They were way more, they believed way more in the spiritual world in the times of the Vikings.
It's not commonly known. We believe, you know, when we think of the ancients, we think of them as far behind our time, when in fact there are many things that the ancients made that surpass even our scientific understanding. Right. There are things from the Greeks and things from the Vikings and things from the Egyptians that we have yet to understand scientifically, but seem to work just fine for them. You know, when we look at the history, when we look at our history and stuff, we need to see these people not as smart as us. We need to see them as freer thinkers than we give them credit for. They did invent and do things that were far beyond their time. Very, very true. Very true. And you know what else? You know, something else. If you look back at everything magical and wonderful and mystical, doesn't it always involve a crystal of some kind?
It really does, guys. I mean,
you notice that? There's just so much more to a crystal and different crystals than what I think we will ever understand.
Oh,
exactly.
I 1010% agree with that. And you know what? Since we're talking about crystals, whoa, there goes the microphone. Hold on, guys. You guys are still good. I'm gonna go over here to where my crystals are, and I'm gonna bring a couple out to show people some crystals in how absolutely the differences in what the different mean, or like what we do in communication. Jewls, do you have any crystals? I'll show you here. A piece of optical clear crystal. Let's see here. A lot of you guys can talk. They can still hear you. I can't believe I did that without busting my ass. Okay. Hold on, guys. We lost you. You guys got knocked off speakerphone.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So, okay, I just went over because I wanted to show people a couple of crystals that different falling over you guys.
Be careful.
See me right now, you are cracking up.
I am cracking up because I do see you.
My pillow is jacked up, so geez. Okay. All right. Laughing, we're gonna buy on the bike. And gotta see that you crystals lately. I'll show you guys. This is a smoky quartz terminating crystal.
You're going on the body, honey.
What?
Your voice is going on the main video.
Okay, I'm gonna hold for a second because it may be because I got up and moved around.
Maybe refresh.
I sound like
Yep,
a robot.
refresh, guys.
Okay, let me hit
Refresh, everybody, right now.
refresh.
Refresh.
Hold on.
There we go.
I think that might. Okay, now another crystal
That's pretty good.
that is pretty cool. Different crystals. Okay. Ghost Gazette, you feedback again.
Okay.
All right. This
Just keep hitting refresh till it clears.
a crystal skull. All right. Now, the internet should be okay.
All of it.
I'm not using all the
Why?
internet.
Me and Erica can't look at pictures.
Well, y'all are going to have to wait. Okay, this is a crystal skull that I've had for a long time. Here's the thing about crystals, guys. When you look in a crystal, there's a certain level of divining that goes on, which is why these crystals for the Vikings, they were able to see through it. Now, when you do crystal divining, and I'm going to try to get really close here, you can see different things as you turn the crystal. Okay? Now, I'm going to see, as I turn it, you can see different things inside of the crystal. If you hold it to your body's temperature, you can see things inside of it, and they tell stories. And what you see one day may not be the same the next day. Okay? Now, let me see. I'll show you also when communicating with entities that are interdimensional, like Atlantis energies and things like that. When you're doing Ghost Box, what I have here is a cat's eye, aquamarine cat's eye, and when you turn this also gives different properties. And again, and see with the light not properly, you can see different things within it. How many people in the chat room use crystals?
Me.
Hey, Stephanie,
I wear a crystal in my pocket.
you wear a crystal.
I got lots of them. I've got them all over my house.
And you know, I think in in crystal spheres, again, this would be what would be considered a more not optically clear crystal, but that would be more of a cloudy crystal.
Well, like the crystal, like the calcite sphere on my dragon. The calcite sphere on my dragon is an optical crystal because of its clarity.
Right.
It just has the shatter that goes down the center of it that you can see through it with optical clarity on either side.
Ghost Gazettes is saying holding them and wearing them increases your intuitive ability by 30%. Now, why is this important? Well, we're all sitting here talking about the use of crystals in ghost box and spirit communication, and in healing, and in guiding the Vikings. Crystal dowsing rods, crystal. It keeps coming up. You have other crystals that
crystal radio antennas
are considered live. Rory May, Jewls, Rory's in the room. Rory, aren't you the one that makes? Isn't Rory the one that made the pendulum out of a stone? Am I right, Rory? Yes, it is. It is Rory May. Okay, Rory made the coolest, pendulum. This is an orgonite pendulum that has the 7 chakra crystals, and this is really in tune with my energy. Okay, so if we would ask a question, do crystals help us communicate with spirits? If it is, move the pendulum to the right. That would be a yes. Rory's got a really cool one, actually. Selenite, also a stone that is massively popular. Some of the other stones, Angel Aura, those are really good for communicating. Let's see. What, if any, do you guys? Oh, I know. I'll show you the people in the room. Especially Ghost Gazette. I'm curious if you know about these. These are called Bogie stones. Okay, and these are called the Alive Stone. Ghost Gazette. Well, I'm curious if you know about the Bogie, and I'll tell you about the Bogie stone. All right. The Bogie is used for balancing the body, best used in pairs. One smooth female and the other male. These are absolutely amazing stones, guys. And you can't really see these because I've got my lights on, the green lights, but these are rainbow color, and they have a magnetic feel to them. And you put one in one hand and one in the other, and I can actually use these bogies to connect to the spiritual realm really well. And when you put a bogie together, there's like a magnet force. I'm not sure if you guys can see what I'm doing here on the screen, or you will shortly. Okay. We can actually do a whole show about crystals at a different time. But you know, I think in the line of work, how many? I'm curious. A poll of the room. When you guys do ghost communication, how many of you use a crystal close by to you, on top of, or something actually use crystals when they communicate.
Yeah, I do. I put them on my ghost box, on my Andy's box, or around my PSP7. You know,
Right?
I hope that they pull in some energy out of it. Copper wire that I wrap around some of the stones and.
Oh yes, the copper. You followed the copper. Actually, really works very well in different. I find that different crystals will provide a different sort of communication, which I find really interesting. Yeah, Ghost Gazette, they're really, really cool. The Bogies, I'll have to tell you about them.
Yeah, Bogie stones, the cool thing about them is they always come in a male and a female pairing. So they always have a male and female energy about them. They're usually used in fertility rituals and things of that nature because of that. And they come in a standard sort of brown color as well as what's called rainbow, which has brighter coloring to it.
Yeah, I've got rainbow Bogies, which for people, let's see, I have them all over, but I practice meditation 2 times a day. Practice raising my vibration through diet, habit, singing, and everything structured. Oh, Butterfly Kisses, hold on, says she has them right next to her. Let me bring up the room again. Kelly! Hey, honey girl. Heart-shaped ones are very cool to have. I have crystals over here all over my trigger box, which you guys have seen. I have crystals inside this, on this, to the side of this, Tibetan prayer beads. I mean, crystals, okay, Buddhists, they use them. Let's ask the Ghost Box what they think about crystals, because God knows we've got a million of them around us. And I know we're probably going to lose half our room because I know that there's some other live shows going on here shortly, so we'll wrap this up here pretty quick. But let's see what. Okay. To the spirits out there, do you guys like crystals? Do crystals help you communicate? What is the best type of crystal to use?
And the land.
Do crystals help keep evil entities and things protected away? They Okay, hold on, guys. All right. Oh yeah, phantom crystals are cool. And I don't know if you guys know this, but truly, what I'm telling you is true. If you take your quartz crystal, and Ghost Gazette can verify this too, warm it up to your hand, okay, and it will I'm going to see if I can get this stone to do this, okay? The stone looks one way right now, all right? All right, now I'm going to warm it up in my hand, and you're going to watch this cloud up.
Okay.
All right? This is an absolute... Okay, you saw how clear it was, right?
Right.
And you kind of just focus your energy. Now look at how cloudy that got.
Wow.
Okay, you see how it changed?
Yeah,
Okay,
I do.
they changed, guys. Crystals are real. Ow! I just stabbed myself. That is a sharp ass
Did it
crystal.
absorb your energy? Did it absorb the energy from your hand?
It
Is that what
does.
that is?
It absorbs your energy, and the crystals have a story to tell each person. Okay. God, how do I explain this? Okay. Again. Okay. A crystal finds you. You find a crystal. It has something to tell you. All right. When you divine with crystals, you can learn and see so much. Let's say you have a topic about, I don't care what the topic could be. It could be about your health. It could be about somebody's physical state. It could be about anything. Okay, you take the crystal, and as you turn it, you'll see animals appear in it. You will see all kinds of things change in it. Again, now this has gone back to clear.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, if I warm it up, yeah, Ghost Gazette is explaining, you always have to clear them when you get them. You need to, I always put them in the sun for a good 3 days.
Do you have to ever charge them?
Yeah, because if people, and see, now it's changed. Now it's...
Do you have to charge them in the moonlight? I've heard before.
I charge mine in the moonlight once a month during the full moon. I put all my crystals out on a pewter tray, and I let them absorb and recharge. But what Ghost Gazette was saying is, when you buy these, okay, not this per se, okay, you go to a crystal shop and you get crystals. People have touched them, all right? They've put their hands on them. They've absorbed things about those people. Well,
you need to clear them,
you have to clear that stone.
Sure.
So Ghost Gazette said she'll come on and she'll do a whole show about crystals and butterfly kisses. Use incense to clear yours. That is a good way. Sage your stones. All very important. There's really, really cool things that you can do and learn from crystals. Aaron's here. Thanks for popping in. Happy Friday 13th.
Washing them in salt water is another good way to do it as well.
Yeah, washing them in salt water absolutely is a good way. Putting them out in the sunlight for 3 days, and then recharging under a full moon. I promise you guys, if you use crystals with your spirit communication, they will keep you protected, they will keep you safe, and they will amp up your communication a lot just by using them.
I think they give you kind of a more positive energy and a more positive outlook when you know, definitely.
Welcome to the show,
More confidence in something,
That what, Jules?
you're more confident and stuff when you use these
Yes,
crystals.
you are, and we'll do a daylight show where everybody can see the crystals, and they can
Okay.
really see what each one looks like, and I'll explain what each one does. And if Ghost Gazette comes with me, with all of that knowledge that Ghost Gazette has, I think we can really teach you guys a whole lot about crystals. So see, it's kind of cool because the whole show started out about the Vikings and these sunstone crystals. And then
Right.
we've segued into crystal dowsing rods and crystals of all sorts, which they really, 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 I recommend to everybody have crystals that does communication. Is there any topic that you guys want me to talk about, or Jewls or Stephanie, that you guys want to talk about while we're still on? Was there anything else that
Trying to think here.
is there any burning questions anybody in the room wants to ask the Ghost Box? Anybody lost their car keys? Need to look for something?
I wanted to kind of touch on the older than religion beings. Those older than religion
Oh,
entities.
okay. All right, guys. We were talking about this. Callie, I'm glad you're here for this conversation, too. I don't know if, is Ken in the room still? Ken Kingley, are you still there? Hey, Callie. I can always feel it when your energy comes in the room. Oh, Ghost Gazette, diamonds. Oh, there's a reason they call them diamonds, or girl's best friend. We all know Kat loves sparkly things. Yes, diamonds are one of the most powerful. Another super powerful stone is something called moissanite, which can be recreated. It came from a meteor. And now they can regrow it. And moissanite is really cool. And if anybody is interested in moissanite, I can get you guys moissanite because I have a dealer license for it. And you guys don't have to pay like an arm and a leg for moissanite. I can get it for you at cost. So, diamonds. Let's see. Butterfly Kisses has a question for the Ghost Box. My sister's son is having issues going to school. He's scared and cries and doesn't want to stay. He's 8. Is there a crystal he can use that you can help recommend? Yes. Amethyst is a very good one. Ghost Gazette, I'm thinking, probably has some thoughts on that as well. Stephanie, what stone do you like for helping calm? I mean, anything lavender?
Well, actually, to give bravery and enhance its courage, redstone, carmine, red malachite. Let's see.
Gold pyrite helps.
Yes. Let's see. What's the other one? Oh, and cinnabar. Cinnabar is another good one. But make sure that you find it properly processed, because it does contain, cinnabar does contain mercury in some cases. So you make sure you get the properly processed kind.
Oh, yeah, that's very true.
But things that have the color red, they help to boost your courage, your confidence, your enthusiasm and stuff when you're going into a situation. So sometimes that can help, boost a kid's self-esteem as he's going through what he has to go through at school.
Yeah, amethyst, and again, Ghost Gazette is saying, like what I said, that amethyst is such a good crystal, and actually, she's right. The clusters are. I have a huge purple amethyst. It's about this big, and it's got all of the terminated points, and it's really good for keeping my room clean and clear and of negative energies. So that I think, again, I think the whole show on crystals would be really, really cool. Is there, are there any topics going on around us or anything that you guys want me to flip a ghost box on and ask? And I know we're on delay, so I'll wait a second.
Like I said, the only thing I wanted to cover was, those the older entities.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and some of the people that were not here earlier, we had, and I'm going to start while you guys are finishing the crystal conversation in the chat room. All right, Jewls and I were talking about this a little bit too. And I have often, and I know Ken may not be in the room now, but he can watch this back later. With the Haunted House of Horrors, okay, Anita Jo Intenzo, she was on my show last Sunday. They have an entity that refers to itself as being older than Christianity, older than the devil. Now, those are some serious entities. My friend Ken Kingley was telling me earlier in the week that there are interdimensional demons and energies that can come through our dimension, and they can turn around and they can hide. And you have to be very careful with them. Which is part of the reason we clear and we do things like that. And I also want to take this moment to tell you that if you are bringing in something like a haunted doll, like an antique that you want to study, even like Bleeding Kansas's Scarlet, you want to be sure that you properly get them from a very safe person. You also want to try to clear anything that you're going to study before you start doing it of any negative energies. You don't want to bring something into your house that could be done.
You want to show it the correct, proper respect. No matter evil, good, what have you. People can respect their worst enemy. So please show the correct amount of respect to something, even if you have no idea what it is, where it is. Address this thing with the utmost respect, because you don't know what it can or cannot do. You have no idea what it may do. I agree with Stephanie on that one.
Yeah, you really don't.
You get what you give, and it even goes into the spirit world. I mean, spirits are like people.
You get what you get.
There's good ones, there's bad ones.
There are good ones and bad ones, and you really want to. You want to be cautious when you go into communication, and you want to be cautious with any tool, whether it's a divining tool, divining rods, pendulums, ghost box. We're all doing communications. We don't know what we're talking to 1,000%. Ghost Gazette, yes, respect and reverence. Always must give respect, reverence, and never provoke. Don't ever go around asking asking for challenging a demon.
And that's the other thing. If you're calling something evil, if you're saying something that is evil, that is neither evil nor good, it is the balance of both. Like, let's say a cheetah goes out and kills another animal. That's not inherently evil. That is just an act.
Right.
Some of these entities are both. They are good and evil, the balance of the two. And so by mistaking it and calling it evil, you can piss this thing off. And then it retaliates, and then you think it's even more evil because it retaliates when it's actually a balance of the two.
Right.
Very good point. You're right.
You know, Callie, Virginia, she is one of our psychic empaths and mediums in the room. Callie, I know we're on a little bit of a delay, but I want to ask you. I want to ask if you can share what sort of visions you see in our chats. Okay, Callie also is starting to hey, could you ask Amber or David to fill that up with ice? Or just hand it. They can. No. I'm on live. Sorry, guys. Okay, Callie, can you tell me in the chat room, pour that out and ice to the top of the dark pepper?
Here, Emerald.
Rob, can you not yell? My whole room can hear you. Sorry, guys. Callie, I know you're starting to do some drawings, some psychic drawings. What kind of things have you been seeing during some of our shows? Could you share that with me? There's dogs. I don't know where mine is. Bring that right back.
Mauser, that's enough, honey.
Right. Yippy dogs, quit barking.
I'm the dog whisperer in the room, by the way. That's the reason puppy stopped barking.
I feel like a lot of our empaths and the people that are in our rooms, they get visions. And when Callie is in the chat rooms, she's always very empathic to the energies that are going around. Like when we were working on the Christopher Winkler murder case, when we were talking to Anita, Joe and Tenzio, when we were doing these things, she's getting and seeing things. Ghost Gazette, it is a little Pomeranian, and the other one is part Yorkie and Pine. You call it that one?
Well, the animals sure seem sensitive to the spirits. My dog, all of the time, once in a while, my dog will get so weirded out by something around my house and just will be hiding and scared and stuff. And then one night, when I went to bed with my husband, we were laying in bed, and our dog was scared and laying next to bed, cowering. The animals are my specialty. Jewls, actually, what your dog is seeing is she's a male entity. Yeah. I'll tell you what. We heard him. What happened was all of a sudden we just heard from the corner of our room voice, and we couldn't really tell if it was male or female, but it was kind of a pushed and a hush voice, and it sounded like Tip. Our dog's name is Tippy, and we called him Tip. And, my husband and I, we just looked at each other and at the same time said, "Oh my God, did you hear that?" And while that happened, my daughter happened to be coming out of the bathroom down the hall, and she happened to look down the hall, and she saw just a partial of feet. And I could hear her run to her room and slam her door. So the next day I said, "What happened?" And she said, "Hey, Ma, there was some feet by your door." And it was exactly where this voice came. calling my dog. Yeah, it's some kind of male figure that your pets are saying. Yes, I know, Mauser. It's okay. I hear you. Stop.
Yeah.
Is
Can you
it?
take the
It's
dogs
so bad.
out of your room?
Do you think it's a bad spirit? I just think there's two of them. I think there's a male family member and and another one that is not not evil or bad. He's just a grumpy figure. He doesn't like to be messed with, and he feels like he's getting interfered with. Okay, that's what I'm picking up. There's two males. Okay. There's two males. One of them is a family member that likes to tease you and mess around with you. Okay. And then there's another one who's kind of more of a grumpy, more sedate kind of man, very kind of tall, beard. I just see like a very tall, dignified figure that doesn't like to be interfered with. Wow. Okay. Did you get a name at all? Can you pick up on a name at all? I'm seeing like a Vincent, Vinny. Okay.
Let's see if Callie says when she's watching our shows, she's seen children and figures that stand there and say nothing. Then there have been some Native American spirit ones and truly darker ones. Some of them that I've seen are showing themselves as they were when they crossed. Others showing what they look like when they were happiest.
She's probably seeing the Native Americans from my side of the family.
Wow.
Because I'm Lakota, so I've got Lakota blood
too. And so is Kelly. I don't think Kelly's in here tonight. But I think, Kelly, you have a true gift for seeing the things. You're like
she does.
In these shows. Kelly is very pure of heart, and she's so sweet and so she just encompasses all that is light and beautiful. Callie, I really want to tell you how much I always feel comforted when you come to my shows because I respect your protections that you give and your warnings. I really pay attention to what you're saying. How many of you guys ever notice what Jewls and Stephanie were saying about the animals? Do your animals act up when spirits are around, like what they were saying? I know Stephanie, with your haunted doll. Your doll. What your doll did.
My haunted doll, Victoria, that I got from Kat. Thank you very much, Kat. I brought Victoria home. I set her down on the bed first night here. I was just sort of testing the waters with her, see how she would react to my home, my pets. I have a lot of pets here. Of course, I love animals. And I had my little half Australian Shepherd, half Beagle dog up on the bed with me, with the doll. And every time I would pick the doll up and try to show her, show the doll to my dog would just freeze in fear or leap off the bed as fast as she possibly could. It was hilarious. I tried not to laugh though because I felt bad for my puppy.
Right.
So I was thinking that it could possibly be that she could just be afraid of a small child or something like that. So I took another doll, similar size, did similar things that looked like a baby doll, same kind of thing, trying to test the waters, no reaction whatsoever. Absolutely no reaction. In fact, I got it on video and I posted it to Kat, and she got a kick out of it too. It was kind of it was pretty neat to watch the dog react to the doll that way. Hey, someone posted on Facebook, I don't know if you girls got it. Did you see someone posted that they had lost a family cat and they shook a bag of treats? And the cat,
I caught the tail end of that.
Yeah, this cat had passed away, and so the owner thought, I feel that cat around still. So he took a little bag of treats and shook it, and this little light orb comes out from by the door, and it comes like a circle. You know how kitties do when they're coming to get their treat from you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it did something like that, and then it just disappeared off. And I thought, kind of bouncing towards him? Yeah. It was so cool.
It's amazing what they're able to see.
Right.
I mean, truly amazing.
Animals are have such a deeper sense than we ever give them credit for. That they can see so much and hear so much and feel so much more than we can. And in fact, animals they see and feel in emotion more than anything else. Their whole beings are nothing but emotion. So when I kind of connect into animals and stuff, it's feeling. It's all feeling. Yeah, I think so. You're right. Think of what other animal can go up to a person to have them, nudge them, tell them to lay down because they're going to have a seizure, or they feel that something's going to happen. I mean, how can an animal do that? It's just such an extra sense that we don't realize.
Ginger Simmons said that her cats pick up a lot. I think cats seem to pick up almost more than dogs sometimes.
Oh yeah, and my cats, they're always looking at something. Well, the Egyptians worship cats. They saw they had a goddess that was a cat as well as a human at the same time, because they saw their worth and how they saw the world, more of the world than we did. They thought that they were hearing directly from the deity into their ears. Wow. That's how they saw cats. Wow. That is so cool. That's really cool.
In that's okay, before we log off tonight, guys, do you guys I'd like to take some requests for future shows, topics that you guys want to hear about.
Sure.
Type it into chat. That way I can control copy paste it, and we can, if there's anyone interested in coming on the show, like Jewls and Stephanie did today. Jewls or Stephanie, if you have any. Come on and talk and just chat. That's kind of like what we do. We just sit here and have a big old phone conversation that everybody can kind of hear it and listen in on. It's kind of fun, right? And we can just bounce our ideas off each other, and no one judges anybody. It's a fun place. Or invests the bigger wheel and gets angry with each other. We're just all here to learn. Yeah, we're all here to learn, and that's a cool thing. And the cool thing about our channel, we'll generally always add a ghost box something in, but we're going to be doing some really cool shows about other paranormal things, like aliens, like Bigfoot, like Loch Ness Monster, like just all kinds of cool things. So, I think probably we're going to make these traditionally every Friday night, and sometimes during the week if people have special requests, and if they want to call in and they want to ask questions, I think that would be awesome. We want you guys to participate.
Yeah, I think it sounds great, and I had fun tonight, you guys.
Yeah, I
had a blast too. I love having these little chats and get-togethers like this. It's so great. You know it. It's really cool. I really enjoyed it. You know.
This is good. I hope you guys enjoyed this show, and I'm sure a lot of you are tuning in over to Live Sci-Fi. They're at the Sally House, and
oh my God, yeah.
FemForce Cindy is over there. So I'm going to be real curious to see what's going on there and to surround Cindy with love and light and everything over at the Sally house. So I will well, I'll see you guys over there, I guess, for those who are going over there.
Yep.
Again,
I've already got it pulled up here. I'm sitting here. They're kind of looking around in the basement right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out.
I'm gonna go and ice the new hip a little bit more right now, girl.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you all go, but I'm sending you all a big hug and a kiss.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jewls. We love you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Bye-bye. Okay, you guys, Jewls is gone. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I think we had a pretty informative show, and we love you guys, and we will be back next Friday night for another very interesting show. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I'll see you guys over at the other live show if you guys want to tune into the Sally house and live sci-fi, the haunting Sally house. So love you guys, and we'll see you next week. Thanks to everybody who stopped by, and if you guys aren't on my Facebook, I am Heather Krellin, Crellin on Facebook. Our Facebook group is Southern Angels Paranormal. I think it's Southern Angels Paranormal Ghosts, and I'll put links below. So good night, everyone. We love you guys, and we'll see you guys next week.